Don, Tom, Cassidy, and Wendy, it's Joe Marcoux here. I'm actually on a training call with the team from Pedego, Naples, and soon to be Pedego, Marco Island. We've got Andy and Maria Bertel. We've got Claudia. We've got Ron and Kendall. Everybody say hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, so guys from the Pedego Naples team, Andy, I'll start with you. We've been on 5 training calls over the last few weeks. How's everything gone? What are your thoughts?
I really appreciate the way in which Joe has approached this. He comes with specific knowledge, which is really helpful to us, not just sales, but specific Pedego sales. It's been a great team building event for us. The information that we've been given has been kind of invaluable. It's allowed us to kind of streamline some of our processes, get better at some other things. And, some of the conversations that we had within here were completely unexpected, but will build value, and, it will come directly into dollars in our till, without a doubt.
That's one of the things that I really enjoy about doing this type of training, Andy, is that, some of the conversations were completely, it's always off the cuff. Every time I do an Army of One sales training with a group, I always learn something new, because, this dynamic group is throwing questions at me, and we end up coming up with solutions that you can apply to your business immediately. Have you found that that's been the case this time around?
Yeah, every single call, 5 calls, we've had more than one particular thing that's come out of that.
Right on.
If nothing else, networking connections into other opportunities for us to sell more bikes.
Wait, that's great.
Which to me is invaluable. It's worth way more than just a bike, but not too much more.
So in your opinion, then, and I'm going to ask around the room, that your opinion, Andy, as a business owner, do you feel that you got value from this training, and that other Pedego stores would get value from this as well?
Yeah, I mean, I know that Pedego allows their dealers to be independent, but this is almost something for a new dealer that should be 100% required. Because there's stuff that we've covered that Pedego could never ever have the reach to do, nor do they want to. It's something that the way that it's happening organically and allowing us to be able to deal specifically with one person and be able to hone in and really hammer down directly into our store is invaluable. And that's something that translates into dollars down the road.
Right on.
And for seasoned dealers, and for new dealers, but I think it should be required for new dealers, because there's stuff that a lot of our dealers are not bike necessarily shop owners. They came from the finance industry. They came from not the retail industry. My family came from a service industry. This has been 100%, just different, totally different. And it's been a great challenge, but it's not something like I'm used to. So having this training, and certainly the neuro-linguistics and the way that you say things and the way that you set up sales, like I said, I keep repeating the fact that it's invaluable. And for the amount of money that it costs for us to do this, to have somebody that's been doing this for 20 plus years, 25 plus years, you pay for experience, right? And I think it's much more valuable for us to pay you for your mistakes that you've already made.
Yeah.
Coming to us, and that's what experience is. That's what you pay for experience one way or another. It's either going to cost you money, or you're going to go to college and pay to learn something. And there's nothing worse than losing money because of a stupid mistake that could have been avoided just by linguistics. The way that you say something is, the way that you set up a sale. That's why I say for new dealers, it's almost more important for new dealers, because if they start the good habits right away, then it's not hard to break them. It's not hard to break your employees of saying things that if they just said it in a different way, it wouldn't have cost us money.
The outcome would be more positive. And So the way that I looked at it is I call it time collapsing. You know, if I could take 35 years of retail experience and we could apply it in literally, you know, 4, 5, or 6 2-hour calls like this, where you guys get to walk out with some golden nuggets that are going to have an impact on your outcome, then we've accomplished it. And to Pedago's benefit, you know, they're subsidizing it so that, you know, if you're delighted with the training, Don, Tom, Cassidy, Wendy are giving you credit towards a platinum. I mean, everybody wins.
Yeah. Yeah. I, like I said, I can't say enough good things about it. You know, the being able to adjust to the Zoom, you know, in this current state is beneficial for us because we have 6 people on the call and,
Right.
you know, we're operating a business, and for you to be able to cut it down instead of a high intensity 3 days, which this for us, I think this is better. I would do this again without a doubt, because the time that we're not together is also just as important as the time we are together. Kendall and I brief after this. I talk with the employees, how it went, what they think is different, and you don't necessarily have that in a compressed format. You
Right.
know, we come up with ideas and then we bring it back into the session, and you know, we work on stuff that's specific for us. You know, it might be different for Pedego Aiken, Pedego Alpharetta. You know, they have maybe not as many employees. Maybe they have more employees and they have more of an employee issue than they do a customer issue. You know, we all have different business stressors that need to be dealt with. And, you know, Joe's experience has been amazing for us.
Andy, do you think, and for everybody else on the call, do you think that what you've learned today is going to help you scale, especially when you're going into Marco Island and potentially other locations?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, because I plan on taking these videos and packaging them into a new employee recruitment. Like this new employee doesn't hit our floor until they've watched these, and then we can talk about them, because like I said, it's invaluable. The stuff that they're going to learn that I don't have to repeat because
Correct.
we've already been through it.
Yeah.
That's a huge value to us. And you know, going forward, everybody now all has the same knowledge as I do. You know, we've all been sitting through these calls. We all have, you know, everybody in their own, everybody has their value that they bring to my business, and it creates our business, not just my business.
Right on.
You know, so they all have different experiences, and everybody in their own way is really good at tweaking things to work for us. They have the knowledge on the floor, and they're like, hey, you know, Joe said this, or what do you think about that? What if we tweaked it like this? And I'm like, that's fantastic, because there's not enough hours in the day for me to think of everything, you know, and I don't want to be the micromanager. Honestly, I'm much more of a macro manager. I don't want to be standing behind you. I want you to take this and run. That's what makes this work, is to give people independence to make the right decisions.
If you're going to scale a boutique style store, your goal has to be in that. I'm looking at things at 30,000 foot view, because otherwise you're exactly there. If you're going to always be in the business, there's no way you're going to be able to work on it. And these things that we've talked about are definitely going to be able to help you. Hey, Kendall, what are some of the biggest takeaways that you got from this training you want to share with everybody?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Perfect. So honestly, I thought everything went absolutely great. I personally just love the energy that our team got after these calls, and just the get together that we had after going to the office and kind of just discussing the new tactics that you gave us. Personally, Joe, I think that you taught me the confidence that I think I needed to start to execute those sales, and provided our team and myself with the tools to better the service that we can provide for our customers. So overall, I'm just really looking forward to the growth that this team will experience, and I'm excited to put those tools and those tactics into place.
Thank you so much, Kendall. How about you, Claudia? Oh, Claudia's on the phone. Okay, I can see that. I'm going to move over. Maria, did you enjoy the training? And was there was there anything that you'd like to add? I mean, you've been in the Pedego landscape for a while. How many years have you been involved with Pedego, Maria?
About 3.5 years.
I'd say more like 4.5, because of the lead up time to open the store. Really?
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah.
So Maria,
You know what, Joe?
What do you feel about how things went?
I think things went very, very well. I come from a teaching background, and we had countless hours of professional development. And I always found something that I could take away from that particular session. And in this session, you opened my eyes in many different ways. You gave me much more confidence to really to approach the customers, and I really appreciate it. And we've been testing each other at the store because we do have a great team. I want to make sure that everybody hears that. I love the people that I work with, and so we have been saying that this bike is too expensive, and then we're practicing. Oh,
Nice.
well, I appreciate that you've let me know that.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind? Yeah. So I've been very impressed also with your energy and with your commitment to what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you know what? It comes back to the why, right? And when I'm helping you and your team be a better salesperson, getting more butts on bikes, and we're affecting positive impact on people, it truly resonates for me. So I believe in what I'm doing, and I appreciate that you guys are in the same position. So thank you, Maria. I really appreciate you. Hey, Claudia, you're the lead salesperson in the store, correct?
Yes.
Did you have fun on these calls?
Oh, yes. I learned a lot. And I like also, like Mimi said, your energy.
Thank you.
I like that. I learned a lot from this. And it's true. We were practicing yesterday. So
Nice. High five. Good job. I love it. Ron Rubio, I don't know if you're still available or if you're wrenching on a bike right now. How did these calls go for you? Oh, so you're
They work. Yeah, got the baby. They worked really well. Honestly, I really enjoyed. I think I had more energy and I was more excited about going to work after we did these calls.
nice.
Just because I had something more to like
that's
look
not
forward
true.
to.
You are have more
to
energy
apply.
since Ron is here.
No, but I had more energy and more excitement going to work, knowing that I could apply some of the things that I learned every day, like with these calls.
Right.
And something to go back to what Andy had said about new dealers having this. It would be like as a specific training, it'd be smart because it's kind of like, for example, basic training. One of the main things like with basic training is they don't want you. They'd rather you not know how to shoot, so then you could learn how to properly shoot. And it just makes it easier, basically, if you learn something completely from zero, then if you already know something, you have to switch it.
Correct. I mean, there is an opportunity for people that have been like folks like yourself, like Maria, who's been involved in the business for 4.5 years, to learn new things, and then of course to be able to make positive change in your approach. But I agree with you. If you're a new dealer, either way, I offer 100% money back guarantee, and I want you to be delighted with my training. Dawn, Tom, Cassidy, and Wendy also agree with it. If you're not delighted with the training, then Joe Marcoux doesn't get paid, or he gives you your money back, and there's no credit on a bike. So either way, it has to win. And ultimately, I want to say thank you to the Pedego Naples team. All of you have just been on point. This has been a lot of fun. So we're just going to sign off from Dawn, Tom, and Cassidy and Wendy. So thank you all, Pedego, for supporting your dealers. I know that the team at Pedego Naples really appreciates you guys, and so do I. So see you guys.
Thank you.